Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a mermaid themed skull. Mermaids and skulls are definitely my favorite, two favorite things to do with makeup, and if you've followed me for pretty much any amount of time, you probably already know that. I've done a ton of skulls and a ton of mermaid looks, and I have more for both of them planned for the future, so I absolutely love mermaids and skulls. I thought it would be amazing to put them together into one look. And yeah, I actually got the idea from my friend on Instagram. Her name is Svetlana. I will have her Instagram handle down below in the description in case you want to check her out. She has some really cool eye art looks on Instagram. So anyway, I don't think I have much else to say. I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you so much. Thank you for all your love and support. I read every single one of your comments, and whenever I'm feeling down, I'll go back and read them again. They really make me feel good, especially when I feel, bad. So I really appreciate you guys leaving me nice comments. It means a lot to me, and I love you guys. Let's get right into the tutorial. So to get started, I'm putting a piece of fishnet tights over my head and just kind of positioning it on my face. I'm going to be using these tights to get the nice scale-like effect, so while you're painting over it, you want to make sure that you try hard not to move it at all. I'm going to be using a few different colors, all of which I mixed using the Makeup Forever Flash palette. I'm starting with light green, then fading that into blue, and finally purple in the contour areas. After I've applied the face paint, I'm setting it with corresponding eyeshadows from the Suva Beauty Cupcakes and Monsters palette. Like I said, throughout the whole process, you just want to be really careful not to move the fishnet at all, or it will mess up the lines of the scales. Moving on to my eyes, I'm priming with Urban Decay's Primer Potion and going right in with Sugarpill's Poison Plum eyeshadow. I'm blending this into my crease, outer V, and lower lash line. I'm blending that out with Suva Beauty's Blue Lagoon eyeshadow, concentrating the pigment towards the front of my brow, but also blending it all around my eye and throughout my crease. I'm also adding some of the turquoise shade from the same palette, the Cupcakes and Monsters palette, which I'm carrying underneath my eye and along the side of my nose. On my lid, I'm just quickly applying a black base and then Makeup Geek's Plot Twist foiled eyeshadow over top. So to do the skull portion of this look, I'm starting by just sketching out the general line work around the cheek and jawbones. Then I'm going in with a blending brush and adding some shading with purple and blue shadows underneath my jawline and around the cheekbone contour. Now I'm going in with some face paint from the Flash palette and just sketching out my teeth lines. Please let me know if you guys would be interested in an in-depth, more organized tutorial for a realistic skull face paint, because I never know how to explain it and I feel like I'm sort of all over the place in my different skull videos, so let me know if that would be helpful for you guys. Moving on, I'm just blending out the teeth lines with a purple eyeshadow and also deepening the shading around the lines that I sketched out earlier. I'm using Sugarpill's Bulletproof Matte Black eyeshadow to shade the cheekbone, and then I'm buffing it out with the blues and purples. I'm also adding shadow to the empty space between the cheek and jawbones. So I'm beginning to carve out the teeth with some foundation, and then I ended up adding Makeup Addiction's Mermaid Lime Pigment, which is a really pretty light green color, but I ended up going over it with another pigment later in the video, so I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm going in with some black eyeshadow and adding some more shading to my lines, and I'm also deepening the part of the cheekbone that extends over the teeth a little bit. Moving on, I'm applying some of NYX's glitter primer to the scales around my highlight area, and over top of the primer I'm applying Makeup Addiction's pigment in the shade Purist. Over top of that and on my inner corner, I'm using Makeup Addiction's Mermaid Lime Pigment. I also dabbed on a little bit of one of Lime Crime's Diamond Crushers, which isn't too important because I ended up covering it with a rhinestone later in the video. So to get started on the nose, I'm just sketching it out with some face paint. I'm filling that in with purple eyeshadow and also adding some black shading around the edges. Right in the center of my nose, I'm just adding a mixture of the Makeup Addiction pigments that I used. So here's where I'm going back onto my teeth and applying Makeup Addiction's Purist pigment. I decided to add this over top of them because it really made the teeth lighter and kind of stand out more against the shading. After adding the pigment, I'm going back in and touching up the shade lines again. Skulls definitely require a lot of back and forth with like highlighting and shading and lots of blending. Now I'm using Maybelline's Ultra Liquid Liner and adding the final shadow to my teeth and around my jawbone. And for the final touches, I'm adding rhinestones to my teeth. I got these rhinestones at an art supply store, and I'm adhering them with lash glue. I'm also using a wax pencil to pick them up and stick them on my face. You can get these for a couple dollars on Amazon. I also put rhinestones on my highlighted cheek scales and a few on my forehead and nose. I always feel the need to add some makeup to my chest, so I primed the area with foundation, added some highlight and shading, and finished it off with a few rhinestones. I'm applying lashes in the style I Slayed from the brand Bold Faced Makeup. I'm also applying the same contacts I've used for all of my other skulls. These are whiteout ones from Kazzue. I can see in them, but it's pretty blurry, which is why I don't like to do my makeup while I have them in. After putting in the contacts, I'm good to finish the look by adding eyeliner to my waterline and tightline. I hope you guys loved this tutorial. It's definitely one of my favorite makeup looks ever. In the comments, please leave me suggestions for makeup to do in November and December. I'm kind of getting like mentally prepared for the holidays, and I would just love to know what you guys want to see this year. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.